Okay, hello everyone, welcome to round of 16. We've got our first match of the week here. In the losers bracket, it's going to be miinr versus squarem. We've got a Hard Rock 2 ban out of miinr. And there are 2 bans each player this stage, so we'll see what they decide to go for. Squarem goes for DT3. Oh, what the hell is this song? And alright, we're gonna round out these bans with a DT4 from squarem and DT1 from miinr, so these players not trying to play any DT. And miinr's gonna go with no mod 5, claiming they like precision without hard rock. So this is exactly the right map to do that on. It's gonna be Kodo. Pretty well known map, pretty short, pretty RNG. And here we go. So this is CS7. There are some pretty tricky patterns in this that can trip you up, but also being CS7 with the spacing of some of these jumps and the low density, I think players can really miss at any time. And the map being only a minute and a half long is going to mean any miss is pretty brutal. But both players make it through this first section pretty well. And miinr actually finds the first drop. squarem going to build this lead as long as they can. There's a couple large jumps here. And then this alt pattern, and squarem makes it through. And miinr breaks again, so this is definitely looking like it's going to be a break point to start things off. Squarem looking very strong on this map. There's only a couple seconds left of the map. Let's see if squarem can hold it out. He does. Very nice FC. A very strong break point. But that is the last precision map of the pool, considering the bans. Hard Rock 2 and DT4 are both gone. So squarem not going to be looking to capitalize on that skill set. Instead going for no mod 4 here. It's going to be our aim slider heavy map. Aim heavy as well. Or honestly, more than the sliders. It's a secret, what is it, secret plan? Secret story of the swan. So yeah, very, very heavy aim focus on this slider map. Little to no flow aim, I would say, besides, you know, following the sliders. Some tapping as well, this being a bit higher BPM might prove a challenge, but we'll see. They're just some bursts. It's going to be mostly the sliders and the aim that are going to be tripping up players, I would imagine. Oh, and miinr actually breaks on that. So early slider break, but this is one of the longer maps of the pool. Another slider break out of miinr. Struggling a little bit adjusting to this map, I think. There's one tricky slow slider here, but nobody misreads it right there. And they enter the first key eye. miinr recovering that combo pretty well, but squarem still with a fairly large lead here. Making it first through the key eye with FC intact. And this lead is going to grow to over 100,000 now, so it's going to be a pretty tough comeback unless squarem breaks soon. But unfortunately it's going to be miinr instead to drop, as squarem just nails that entire aim section. It's going to be another, looking like another point for squarem here. Nobody breaks on that little slider build-up, but miinr with another slider break, unfortunately, is probably going to seal it for this map. And as they see the break, the enormous FC of squarem, miinr is very confused by this combo. But squarem was definitely one of the pretty strong players that ended up in the losers bracket. I think it was due to an FF though, not an upset. There were quite a few upsets in the past couple weeks. And squarem finally drops that full combo, but not before dropping nearly 700,000. Doesn't look like they'll reach that at the end of it here. Maybe. Oh, it's... yeah, I think they got it. Barely, just barely. Very nice score from squarem. 700k on that map is no joke. And we're going to go back to miinr's pick here. Hoping to get on the board here with no mod 2. This is going to be a pretty heavy rhythm flowing map. good looks coming out. We're gonna get right into this map. It is pretty short, similar to that No Mod 5, so breaking on one of the hard sections is going to be pretty deadly. Let's see if miinr can hold through to take their first point of this match, or if squarem will break point again. miinr falls on these beginning sliders, or streams, sorry. Squarem looking very confident so far, but it's early on. Squarem with the 98 already. This map is not easy to act with some of these rhythm changes, and squarem actually finds a slider break. So it's going to be up to miinr here to hold as long as possible. Gets through those 1/3. Oh, but over aims on that burst. Would have had to hold a lot longer due to the accuracy lead here from squarem. We're already halfway through the map, and it's about a 70k score lead for squarem. So it's not insurmountable yet, but unless squarem finds a break, this combo lead is going to leave them in the lead. Oh, and there is the break. So miinr really needs to hold on to this combo no matter what happens. Hits the 1/6 and the 1/3 jumps. It's like 25k and does not hit the 1/3 jumps. Oh, okay, and that's gonna be it, I think, for this one. It's gonna be a 3-0 lead for squarem here. It was so close there. Just had to hold a tiny bit longer. Squarem with their own pick here, with the opportunity to go up quite a bit. Goes for the No Mod 4. This is gonna be bad apple. Whoops. This is also a pretty difficult map, similar to the last one. And as they're saying in the chat, there's a pretty big diff spike in this map near the end. It's like in the last 40 seconds or so. We'll see if anyone's holding a large combo by then. Some of this map is pretty difficult, some of the ki. We'll see some aim control patterns, some doubles. I think this is the longest map in the pool after tiebreaker. So we'll see who's got that alt consistency on these fast aim patterns. Also those 1/3 jumps. Also some really interesting hit sounds on this map. We enter the first ki. Both players still holding their FCs. Let's see how long that lasts, especially once we get to this cut double section coming up. We're expecting to see some breaks here. Squarem's the first to fall. Oh, and miinr almost makes it out of the first Ki with FC intact, but breaks right at the end. Still not without building up the 60k score lead. We're entering the funny sliders. No one's gotten tripped up on them yet. But if you're sight reading, they can definitely trick you on some of those. Looks like they're both going to hit them with no issue here. Alright, so with the combo reset from the last Ki, it's going to be even combos here, and miinr holding up that 50k score lead with a little bit of accuracy advantage as well. Oh, the slider breaks. I think over-aimed on that slider jump. That is really bad news for miinr here, as squarem is still holding a 400 combo through this relatively easier section. And that lead is shrinking by the second. We enter the second Ki, and it's just about to flip. And we enter the spike. This pattern right here. Who hits it? Oh my god, miinr hits it and squarem breaks right at the end. miinr, please. It's about to flip. Just hold a little bit longer. There's like not much of this map left. Okay, that's it. Oh my god, that was so close. It's gonna be about probably a 10k score lead by the end of this slider section. But that was very scary. Oh my god. miinr makes it on the board with a break point on Nomad 3. Oops. miinr now going to go into Nomad 6. So these two players just sticking with the Nomads for now. But we're almost out of Nomad. After this one there's only Nomad 1, and then we're going to have to play some Hard Rock. I know neither of these players want to play DT, even though DT2 is open. And since it's a best of 11, still need a number of points for either side to pick this. Alright, here we go. So this is going to be the low AR pick. It's about 200 BPM, so it's pretty dense. There are mostly going to be a aim, control, awkward aim kind of pick. Some reading-ish patterns, you could say. But definitely less reading heavy than last week's Nomad 6. None of those perfect stack bursts in this map. There are some perfect stacks, but not like heavy reading ones. Some of these triples that go back on themselves. That's gonna be mostly an aim test and a density reading test. We'll see which player is more consistent on that, as this map is relatively consistent throughout. There's one little aim spike near the end, but that's only really gonna come into question if they're both FCing still by then. So far, both players holding about the same accuracy. Oh, and miinr might have been a misread or something. Misses on that triple. squarem looking pretty strong so far. Going to be pulling ahead here, but misaims actually. miinr trades that right back though, so this 70k score lead is going to stay put. As they cross the halfway point of the map, going to be really on the next break to decide this one. Who can hold longer? And it's going to be miinr who drops first. Oh, and squarem hits that entire section. That one's tricky. And breaks on those, yeah, those slider jumps are really hard, but does more than enough to secure this break point. With a 1 miss, very nice, 535k. And it's going to be a no mod 1 pick from squarem. Pretty short no mod 1. It's only a couple minutes.
Long way into nowhere. 2 years from home.
Alright, let's see how this map goes. This was an edit, more of a remap. Shoutouts to Coral for working on this very quickly. It's a pretty anti-flow map, you know, awkward aim. It's about, I think 184 BPM, somewhere around there, so lower aim requirement here, despite the large spacing. So let's get into this. miinr had a very early break. Hopefully that doesn't affect this score too much. Oh. Maybe wasn't prepared for that pattern. Both players miss on that large spacing jump, so with that reset, it's going to be firmly in squarem's favor here, with about a 90k score advantage. miinr struggling on the some of these strange spacing jumps as they enter the slow section. Squarem holding a very strong accuracy. It's gonna make it difficult for miinr to mount any kind of comeback here in the ending. Even if they're able to hold through some of these harder patterns. And actually squarem hits a slider break on that last slider jump, so miinr does have the combo advantage here, but they're really gonna have to hold this for quite a while, pretty much through the entire ending, through some of these really difficult aim patterns. And this is on the linear. With that combo reset, I think this is going to be squarem's point. Yet again, bringing them to match point here. With a pretty narrow victory here. It's about an 80k score difference. And contrary to what the band say, miinr is actually going to pick DT2. So this is going to be it's around 200 BPM finger control flowing map. Not a very standard flow aim, I should say. There's a bit of like doubles and triples, but also a bit of flow aim requirement as well. Alright, and we see miinr with the hidden optional. So if it's a very close point, then we'll have to remove that hidden multiplier. But we'll see how that goes. Alright, they're getting into it. And we see already miinr is actually struggling to seemingly read this properly or tap it. They're just going for a combo game here, I think. Squarem with no such issue. Looking very comfortable. Yeah, you see some of these like alt patterns, even though they're at 200 BPM. Oh, and both of them hit that little cut burst. Oh, miinr slider breaks. And squarem looking as comfortable as they do with this 98.6 FC so far. This could be the end of the match. Due to the accuracy difference, like the lead is already nearly 200,000. Both players actually make it through that entire section, which is very impressive. But I believe this is going to be the match. We'll just see if squarem can close out this pretty impressive FC. This 1/3 section is not anything really difficult, just a little bit of snap jumps. And I think squarem's done it. Very impressive FC. Provided nothing cursed happens at the end of the map. Well done. And that's going to be it. It's going to be 6-1 to squarem. Congratulations for moving on in the losers bracket to play the winner of, let me see, Chloe WingQ and Fruitier Arrow. And unfortunately, miinr is eliminated from the tournament. But has to happen to everyone eventually. But that's going to be it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.